flight attendant took off her high heels and then used the heel to stir a passenger's coffee. But the woman had already become suspicious. She raised her hand and knocked over the coffee, causing the flight attendant's arm to be scalded. However, the flight attendant dared not make a big fuss because the woman was a noble princess. What's more, the flight attendant had been having an affair with the princess's husband. Now the trouble was huge. The princess specifically asked for the flight attendant to serve her. As the flight attendant knelt beside the princess and asked what service she needed, she happened to see the ring on the princess's hand. She quickly covered the ring on her own hand, but the princess still saw it. The princess ordered the flight attendant to show her the ring. The flight attendant dared not disobey and had to do as she was told. After seeing the identical ring, the princess immediately threw it away. As the flight attendant tried to pick it up, the princess stepped on her hand. The flight attendant felt very helpless. Back in the restroom, the flight attendant became more and more angry. So she came up with an idea. She knew the princess was allergic to seafood, so she deliberately prepared a seafood fried noodles for her and secretly picked out the shrimp before serving it to the princess. The princess picked up her knife and fork and began to eat. Soon she started coughing violently and then ran towards the bathroom, holding her mouth. At that moment, the flight attendant noticed a photo beside the table. The photo was full of scenes of her dating the prince. The flight attendant was instantly panicked. As she turned to leave, she just saw the princess's terrifying look. With an uneasy heart, the flight attendant finally waited for the plane to land. Before leaving, the princess gave the flight attendant a glance. The flight attendant knew she would definitely be retaliated against. Unexpectedly, that night the flight attendant learned of the princess's death on TV. She felt both happy and sad. She was happy that her rival was dead, but sad that the flight she was on was upgraded to a special flight, specifically for transporting the princess's body. The princess's last wish before she died was also very strange. She requested that only the flight attendant be allowed to stay beside her during the return trip. Sitting in the chair, the flight attendant looked at the princess's body not far away and felt very scared, but she had to pretend to be calm. The next moment, the plane encountered a strong air current, and the cabin began to shake violently. At that moment, the princess's body eerily slid towards the flight attendant.